press conference.
It's like, well, I tried.
Who did start highlighting these? This is nice.
I've been doing it all year.
Yeah.
No, the first game it definitely was. Because John was like, you need to come in more prepared for your thing. I was like, all right. On that note, no, I told the guys in the locker room too. I'm never gonna say that before the game, but I felt it. I felt it at practice yesterday that there was probably going to be a little let up, and we were fighting them on it a little bit. And we were trying to get them juiced up to go for the game, but there was definitely a let up, and that is human nature. And you're trying to fight that every day as a coach, but to go from Wyoming in an emotional game where you have to make a comeback to win in front of a big crowd, then you got to travel on the road and the travel issues that we had going into that game to find a way to win it. And then you turn around 2 days later and you play San Diego State in an emotional game in an orange out. And then you turn around, you got only 2 days in between the next one. While they have an extra day of rest, they played Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, where we went Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday. So for us to find a way to win this game, I thought that was key. Didn't need to be pretty, just needed to find a way. And I thought our guys, they found a way to win. They executed well in the second half. Started attacking the basket better, and to be honest, they did give us some open shots in the first half. We just clearly didn't have the same legs that we've had recently. So everyone needs a day off tomorrow. I told the staff, like, I don't want to see anybody in here. Well, I'm not going to be here anyway, so like I don't want to see them either. And the guys, they cannot. I don't want to see anybody in the gym besides with our trainer. We need a day off. It's been about 9 days since we've had a day off, so we need some time to get some rest now.
Asked the players afterwards, like, they knew when they went in the locker room, you were going to tell them when it was wrong. But they also reiterated they already knew, and it kind of happened in that timeout that you called late. How much do you appreciate the fact that they're fairly self-aware now when they're not playing their best?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest. That's what's awesome with this group, though, is they are pretty self-aware. I wish they would have become more self-aware in the first 4 minutes of the game, but. It was fun to watch them figure out a way and understand what was going on in the first half. Because, I mean, in the first half, you were 8 for 12 from 2. But out of our first 16 shots, we shot 13 threes. Now, they were open, so I don't want to tell them not to shoot them because most of them were pretty open. But that's one of the poor defensive teams in the paint. And the whole thing this whole game was like attack the paint, drive the next closeout. And they started doing a way better job of that in the second half, attacking the paint, getting to the rim, and then also drawing fouls.
Like you said, the threes were open, but in the second half you start playing more inside out, like paint threes, like Kyle called. How much easier is it to hit a three when they're paint threes as opposed to the just perimeter passing and trying to find the open shot?
Yeah, it's like we always talk about you give the ball energy, like move the ball, get a paint touch, kick it one more, pass to the next guy drives it, he gets a paint touch, he kicks it out, passes to the next one. It feeds off each other. And then your first three, the biggest thing we talked about too was good to great, right? We were gonna get good shots, and I thought we did. We got good shots in the first half, and then I thought the second half we got great shots, and that was the biggest difference. Is we truly decided we were gonna go from good to great, and they executed at a high level. I praise them also for the last possession of the game. That was just our motion. That was not a play call. That was nothing else. They ran our motion offense, and Kerry and Jevin executed it to a T and delivered it for a layup.
How important were the final few minutes of the first half to pull it back in a little bit and I guess make it not as big a hole as it was in Fresno, just to reel it back in before halftime?
Yeah, I know that was huge, and then they took a point off the scoreboard. But that was massive because we didn't have a lot going. You started out when we scored the first 5 points. I was like, okay, we're humming, like I feel good about it. And then we kind of stalled out for a little bit. I think they went up 22-12 at one point, and it happens at times. And I thought we kind of lost our way with just shooting too many threes, and then started attacking the paint more, started getting extra possessions inside. I thought Augie was big in the first half, and he got 4 offensive rebounds in the first half. So I thought he did a great job of really keeping us in the game when we didn't have a lot going. The offensive rebounding kind of saved us there for a stretch when we were missing shots.
Rex Steiner's been really efficient in this win streak, scoring about 15 points a game, hitting a lot of open shots. Just How have you seen him grow as a player as this season has progressed?
It's been fun to watch. Besides the behind the back pass to John Weber, John caught it. That was good. It was funny because we were joking about behind the back passes the other day, actually. But I'm so proud of him, and it's awesome to see him find success here. And he's shooting the right shots. Like I can't really complain. All the shots he shot tonight were the right ones, right time, feet set. We've been preaching to him about just run the floor. You're one of the best shooters in the country. You don't need to come back and get the ball. We got multiple guys that can handle the ball. You run the floor, and they'll find you. And that's what happened when we were down 51-61. Those 2 threes, I believe, came off our transition Phoenix on a broken floor. And those guys found him, and he ran to space. And it was really cool to see. And you love to see that as a coach because you preach so many things all the time, and when it comes to fruition, then you have something to back it up with.
What does it do for this team's confidence when a shooter like him starts to heat up? Like, is that something where you feel the vibe change?
Yeah, I think it's contagious. Like, just like missing threes isn't contagious, turning the ball over is contagious, and that's why we've gone on runs. Like, this team can go on runs, right? Because they all can share the ball, they all can shoot the ball. And so we're hard to guard in that sense when we can get going in transition. And I'll always remember the South Florida game is probably the best example of that, of just, man, we got out and ran, and it was just 3 after 3, and it was the right shots. And we can do that at times. And that's I told them in the locker room, like, I don't want to call plays. Like, I want to get stops and run to Phoenix. And that was a big key for us, is like, got out and ran.
And then, so you talked about like the situation of kind of a tougher game coming off of the San Diego State, and then obviously the slow start. What does it show when the team comes out, still scores 74 points, and sees all starters in double figures when they didn't have it all going tonight? What's that resilience like show?
No, I think that's a team that's growing still, and that's we've been preaching from day one, and every time that I've come in here is like it's a process, and it's hard as a coach to be patient with that, and then them being patient with me too. It's my 28th game. Oh geez, this is my 28th game coaching now, so it's like I'm still a baby deer in this too, just like some of our guys are also. So it's part of the process of things, and you got to go through it to get experience, right? And I think everybody said that, like, I want someone with experience. Well, you don't get experience until you go through it, and our guys are getting that experience now. They've had it, and I thought they never panicked tonight. And that was the best part that I saw. Like, I was probably more panicky than they were. So it was fun to watch them be calm, cool, and collected.
How many times did you use the words like physical and toughness with them? And when you use them, how much is this really mental more so than just physical, the body part?
Yeah, no, it's all mental, right? Even like we have physical guys. Like they can play physical. They've shown it. That's what they've. Now they can't hide it anymore. Like before, it's like, are you a physical team? Well, yeah, we've proven it now, so you are. Now it's just mentally, can you get in the headspace to do what's required to win the game? And this game was going to be physical, and they're not a team that fouls a lot, so we had to make it more of a fist fight tonight than like San Diego State. That's going to be a fist fight. Wyoming's probably going to be a fist fight. Even UNLV, that's a fist fight. So we went 3 games with fist fights, and then tonight was more of a finesse game, and I thought we needed to bring the physicality to this game, and it didn't really happen until the second half.
So you're a boxing coach now.
Yeah, something like that.
Kyle said this is a game you guys probably don't win a month ago, and it feels like during this stretch there's been multiple games like that you probably didn't win the month prior. How hardened are you guys by kind of the struggles of January and kind of coming out on the better side of it, knowing what it takes to kind of close out games at this point? Yeah,
we talked about the adjustments that you have to make as a team, and it's not that you're short in this area or you can't do it. Just we had to adjust. We had to adjust to our mentality. We had to adjust as a group, and it's been cool to see. We had a long talk about the physicality, the mentality, and the connection. Those 3 things we talked about over and over again, and it's still like the Air Force game. We usually write up the defensive game plan, the offensive game plan, the kind of mindset thing at the bottom, and all we wrote that game was physicality, mentality, and connection. And I think that's been showing up. Like the 50-50 balls, we've been winning at a higher rate. The huddles have been so tight. I think there's small little invisible things that you don't see all the time that when I'm watching a film, like I kind of care, I care about that stuff more than I do makes and misses and whatnot, more about are we huddling the right way, are we communicating, and I thought the energy was off to start tonight, but like I said, it's your third game in 6 days, and yeah, that's easy. We're not the most athletic team, so like we have high IQ, great skilled basketball players, so it does take a toll on you. But for them to adjust the way they have and to be where they are now, it's been fun to watch that growth.
Did you change anything defensively with Corey? I mean, some of that's just really good shot making.
Yeah, he made some tough shots. Like I was impressed. Like, I mean, he made 5 floaters in the first half, I think. There's not a lot you can do with some of those
Like
shots.
that's a shot you'd be okay with him taking, right?
Not honestly, no, not with him. It seems counterintuitive, but like there's some guys like Isaiah Stevens, right? Everyone else like don't shoot pull-ups. Like Isaiah Stevens, you can't give him a pull-up. That might as well be a layup. That kid, like a floater for him going right is a layup. So I thought we did a better job of sitting on his right hand in the second half. But if he gets right, like that it looked like Michael Jordan tonight. Everything was going. I mean, even to end the half, like we're in our zone defense, he catches at the elbow and throws up just a floater from one dribble. Like most guys, you don't want shooting that, or you're living with that defensively. But with him, that's his shot. Like and he proved it tonight.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, guys.